Hey, I got a drive shaft in. Nice. I know it's really not much to look at, but it's been a long time since I can put this thing in park and have it stay someplace. I don't have to put a block behind a wheel. So, that's good. Yeah, you can't see diddly, really. But there's a drive shaft in there. Yay. Alright, my fuel lines are mostly prepped. What else can I tell? Well, not a whole lot, other than they're sitting here. So they're kind of going to sit in this way, front of the vehicle, off over here. So you've got your vent line, your return line, and your feed line. There we go, you can see them. Put the push to connect ends on, which also makes a nice place for the hose clamps to hook on. I haven't done anything like this on this end, simply because I don't know exactly where they're going to be until I get everything kind of mounted up underneath there. And I'm going to use spark plug wire holders to hold them in place, so they're not just flopping around underneath there. And that's kind of the next step. We'll put my holders in place, and then put some lines in there, hook up some hoses, and figure out what I'm doing with the back end. So I'm a little bit ashamed or a little bit proud of getting all the fuel lines and stuff hooked up. It's not exactly, I'm not gonna say it's the prettiest thing, but it's secure, doesn't rattle, doesn't rub on anything, so I guess that's good. And considering I really didn't know what I was trying to model it after, I think it turned out pretty well. So here's the top side. This is your fuel feed going forward, because it's coming out of the fuel filter, of course. There to there. Then this one, this other bigger one that loops back around here, that's the return. It's really nice that they actually labeled them on the fuel pump itself. That's cool. And then this is just a vent line coming back to here. Now then there's this thing. I don't know where this is supposed to go, if that's just an atmospheric vent. It seems odd that they would just like let it go. And then of course over here I've got this guy coming out, and that was a vent that just went to the gas tank itself on the original 73. I don't know if I should connect these two or not. I gotta dig into the factory service manual and see if I can figure out where that one is supposed to go. Like, what is it supposed to do? And I don't exactly know where this one goes. I think they kind of just had a big loop of tubing on the inside just to relieve pressure. But at the same time, on some of the cab tanks where that thing was in there, you could smell gas every now and then because it wasn't like sealed. I think it was probably supposed to be a one-way vent, but it didn't always work out that way. I don't know. So that I have to figure out yet. I have to string wires. Well, actually, I'll show you underneath. I used, there we go. Without showing you right in the sun. There's one back here. There's a different style here, and then up there. Those are just spark plug wire retainers, just kind of universal ones I got from work. Like I say, you know, these are, I can wiggle these. They're in there nice and solid. Because it doesn't look pretty, but it works. Push connects up there on the two. The vent is not, because there's no pressure on that. That's about all. I've got to change my speed sensor yet. I put one in that's the wrong style. But I'll fix that later. Yeah, drive shaft is in, you already know that. That's kind of about it for now. I've got to start running wires and extending them, stretching them out, because they came out of a regular cab, and this is a club cab, of course. As I roll out, get those hooked up, and I'll make sure I got them at least stretched all the way to the back. I know I'm going to have to do different things with the ends, just because different types of connections. And actually, there's my wiring harness right there, all in a big pile. And then I can throw the box back on. Kind of at least make it look like a truck again. Get a little more space freed up on the yard, so it doesn't look quite like a hillbilly lives here. how big of a deal that is. Holy effing crap. All right, so I'm gonna get out of the wind. It's like super windy, and I know if I'm outside videoing, that's all you're gonna hear is the whoosh of the wind. So, obviously, you just heard it run. I put everything together right. On the third or fourth try, that is. Somehow, I don't know how I managed to do it. Like half of the spark plug wires were in the wrong place. Not like, it wasn't like the wrong order, like counterclockwise, clockwise. I didn't screw that up, I don't think, but like only half of them were in the wrong spot, because I first tried to fire it up, it would backfire, like ear-splitting backfires. It's like, what the hell? So I thought, well, maybe I had the distributor in there 180 off, which it's common. I was pretty sure I didn't do it. I flipped it around, same thing, checked. All right, somehow I got a bunch of spark plug wires off, or somebody came in when I was gone over the last 2 years and like just moved a bunch of them, which is equally as stupid. But anyway, I figured it out. I got them in the right order. Still didn't start. Okay, flip the distributor back around the way I had it, 180 back to where it was, and it cocked off just like that. So, oh my goodness, what a journey that has been. So there's still a bunch of stuff to do, but like, that's a huge deal. I should be able to, I'm going to move a few things. I should be able to fire it up, put it in gear. It should move on its own. I have absolutely no brakes, so I don't want to do much with that. So we'll see. But yes, it's been, if I get this thing to move this afternoon, I mean, that is also a ginormous deal. This truck probably has not moved under its own power since, I don't know, 81, 82, something like that. Whenever they started putting that diesel in, that was from way back when. So, like I say, this is a huge deal right now. I am just tickled pink. If I can get this thing to move, well then I can work on something else this afternoon, because I just need a break from that for a while. It's been taxing mentally and physically. So, anyway, yay. Okay, again, sorry for the wind, but I'm just giddy with this. This is one of these projects that just kept going on. This changed and that changed, and I had to do this, and I didn't think I did, and it just kept changing and whatever else. It's, like I say, it's still got a ways to go. But this is such a huge deal, because like every time I thought, oh, this will be easy, I'll be able to do this quick, it wasn't quick. And then I had to take half of everything apart again and do something different, because I didn't realize I had to do something, or I screwed up and I put it together the wrong way or whatever. But I drove it. I didn't push it, I didn't pull it, I moved it today under its own power. And again, like I say, absolutely no brakes, and there's no throttle hooked up, which is fine, so it just kind of idled into that position. But oh my goodness, oh, I'm just so happy. I'm happy right now. This is awesome.